Polar Race 2007. Competitors from all over the world train hard to ready themselves to enter what is probably the world's toughest race. Well, we've arrived at the airport and we're collecting up baggage and hopefully a lot of races.
Well, I'm one half of Team Refuge and the other half's in there being searched by Customs and Excise. And the drug dog seemed to take rather a liking to him. So they've, it's really annoying. I'm actually quite nervous, which is really stupid, but I was at university with him, so perhaps I have cause to be nervous. But they're searching his bag now, and I know that I put a 2-kilo bag of protein shake powder into his big backpack, so he might be questioned about that. We'll see. Yeah, what we were imagining. We were imagining they were going to open the bag and the first thing they'd see was the powder.
I know, because I said, well, do you want to go through this bag? Because it's got, I don't know if I should say this, but it's got a lot of powder in there. She goes, oh, do you use drugs, hard drugs? And I said, no, it's weight gain powder. But luckily she never got to that, so yeah, she let me go. She said, oh yes, and she said, good luck in the race, so it's a good start.
Oh yeah, scary, but yeah, there we are.
There we go, yes, so we're through. God.
How does it feel to finally arrive in the Arctic?
It's kind of cool actually. It's quite what I was expecting. It's a bit sort of ramshackle, but it's a beautiful day out there. Sunshine, it's clear, crystal clear, really cold. You can feel your nostril hairs freeze up straight away, which is kind of fun.
Everybody's sort of talking about the nasal hair going on, and it's a weird sensation. Just immediately sort of froze and made you realise, fuck, I've got more nasal hair than I actually thought. So that was weird.
Well, it was pretty cold when we got off the plane, but not as cold as it could have been because there was luckily no wind. So it's the first taste of what's to come, and we've been told it's a lot colder up at Resolute.
Oh, it's amazing. It does look like on the moon. It is amazing outside. It's pretty cold, but like some with a jacket, no problems.
Well, it's like Christmas all over again, isn't it? You finally got all the luggage. All up here, everything is here. What a relief.
Yeah, we need these back because something will get.
Way up, you guys.
We put these bolts on to hold our stove in place, but the bolts are a bit on the high side, so we're a bit afraid they're going to come through the bottom of the pulp bag. So we're just trimming them off so they're a little bit lower, and then we're going to get a layer of foam to put over the top so it will protect the whole pulp bag from the bolts. And away we go. Job done.
What are the bolts for?
I'm just going to test it.
Bloody maggot keeps falling all over.
Yeah, very happy. So every weapon is different. It's very interesting learning the mechanisms of a new weapon. I'm used to shooting shotguns and maybe a variety of army weapons, but this is different. It's good. I think it's going very well, and I think the execution of the lesson is very, very good, if I should use the word execution.
Because I know it's going to hurt. I know it's going to rebound back off me.
Yeah.
So I think, oh, I don't want to do it because I know that's what it's going to feel like. I did that when we were practicing at home. We did it, because I kept whacking against me. And I just kept doing that with it, sort of always falling out of the traps. I think I don't go into it enough.
Don't anticipate.
Hit the target?
Yeah, hit the target. Hit the target. My favourite position is the kneeling position, so I discovered that. Yeah, and once I got into the kneeling position, hit it smack on centre every time. And just remembering all the bits and bobs, but on my last shot I got everything absolutely spot on, so feeling bloody good about that. That's a big learning point, because yesterday I was feeling a little bit not so confident, but after drilling it, it seems to have come good. So although I'm not actually doing the shooting, the big man is John. If it came down to it and I needed to, I feel happy to do it.
Good.
And what are the first signs to look for? Is it sort of brushing of the snow off?
Well, yeah, that's an indication of wind, but it's not necessarily bad weather that could be that. Bad weather can also happen so quickly that by the time you've seen it, you're thinking, right, tent up, and it's, by the time you're putting your tent up, it's too late. But in terms of putting your tent up, you never assume it's nice, we don't need to be quite so thorough, because overnight it can change dramatically. So you always put enough snow on it on the balances, always, no question.
To assume it's going to be.
Yeah.
Fabric's different. In the cold,
Yeah?
it's much stiffer and more brittle.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the string is crispy.
Because it's literally frozen.
It is frozen, so it's totally different. You've got to be much, much more gentle with it.
This is the awkward one.
What can I say? Always sit in a ring, me. That's because the kettle's not on yet.
The tent's up. It's certainly a fair bit trickier in the cold. It all gets a lot more taut, and the poles are that bit harder to get in. But we're all set up now. We've got our roll mats and thermorests in there. Got the stove set up. We're going to come back out here with the sleeping bags later on, and a few creature comforts like pillows and stuff, and ready for our first night out in Resolute. But yeah, all set, good to go.
Hi, my name's James.
And I'm Jake, and we're Team Refuge. And tonight's our first night in a tent in the Canadian Arctic. But we must admit we've had it a bit easy today. We've just been inside the hotel. We both had a hot shower, moisturised. We're both fairly comfortable.
Yeah.
And now here we are, nestled up in our little tent.
Although, so I'm a bit worried. We're kind of on a slope, and I think we're going to end up, one of us, out the tent. So keep moving along. But yeah, it's very comfortable. It's very warm.
I'm sure you don't just like him an awful lot.
I hope not. He's getting rather close, isn't he? But
We've known each other for 15 years, so we're all right with each other, more or less.
We've already lost all our gloves and everything, but still, apart from that.
We've had one disaster today because we did 2 weeks training in Sweden for this whole race, and we used all of the equipment, and we forgot to do one thing before coming here, and that's washing the clothes that we wore in Sweden. So these clothes have already been worn for 2 weeks solid. They're a bit stinky.
I'm not sure. The cold masked them very well.
This is a team Brass Monkeys. From the far end we have Chris Wilkinson, superstar. Right in the middle here, Charlie Cooper, and myself, Danny Munden. We've settling in for our first night out in the wilds. It's been entertaining. Got the tent up, very cool, and set the burner going. And within 5 minutes, we're stripping clothes off. So, in actual fact, we're all naked in here in the monkey pen. Things are great.
What are your team tactics?
To win.
We're gonna go out and hamstring the other teams using a combination of brutal scare tactics. Violent disorder and poisoning their food.
Yes. You've noticed that several of them are going down with diseases,
colds and flus, and
it's
small
not
things
accidental.
like that. These have been planted. We brought them specially from home. Germ warfare is the way forward.
So it's 4 days to the start of the race. So I think we might be the only starters actually.
Hi, I'm Roddy Caxton Spencer from Two Magnetic Team, and it's good at this stage of the race that we're winning. Although the others don't know about that yet.
I think your tent is actually slightly further north than the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. So we are winning. Only another 400 miles to go. No, it's good. I've slept in worse hotels, and certainly cold at once at the moment, but I'm sure at about 3 o'clock in the morning I'll be woken up by a little bit of frost as I rattle the tent and all the ice falls off.
Yes.
So anyway, it's an experience. First night out, and feeling pretty good actually. You, Raymond?
Yes. Yes, my name is Raymond Aaron. I'm a Canadian. I'm the only Canadian who actually lives in Canada who's on this trip.
So you should know the way.
I should know the way. And we're in our tent. We've been in this tent before, but never in the extreme cold. It's minus 20 degrees, and yet it feels wonderful. We're really well acclimatized. We've been well trained. We've got just great equipment, great organizers, and we're ready.
The racers endure an intensive Arctic training week upon arrival in Resolute Bay, in which many of them are learning how to ski for the first time.
You'll be pleased to have had a slightly more successful night in our tent than we did last night, the night before.
How did it go?
Very well. We were seamless, I think. We took our time this morning because we wanted to, and we could. And but no, everything didn't spill water, didn't wee anywhere. Got both stoves going, almost sweated. progress has definitely been made. It's been quite nice.
Well, this has been an entertaining day. Never cross-country skied before, so this is our first.
How's it been going?
It's been going quite well, actually. I find it easier than walking, strangely enough. As a team, we've been doing quite well. The boys have been moseying along nicely. It's a nice, easy day.
It's, yeah, it's going fine. It's just quite a bit of falling over at the moment. And the goggles seem to be, you know, keen to freeze up.
Yeah.
So once they freeze up, it's difficult to see exactly where you're going.
Very difficult.
But I'm actually getting better at getting myself off the floor now, so I've got to look on the bright side.
How many times have you fallen over?
Oh, probably about 7 or 8.
Look. Hi, Richard.
How you doing? That was great fun. So what, been out an hour and a half, is it? About an hour and a half out skiing for the first time, cross-country skiing for the first time. So I don't think we've disgraced ourselves at all. And
it's going well.
Yeah, it's going well. And we're not going to be racing snakes. We're not going to be the first ones in. But, we're solid. So it's grand.
How are you doing today?
Fine. It's a bit surreal though, being interviewed in the Arctic with Alanis Morissette coming through your headphones. Nice, beautiful day. We've been so lucky with the weather for this rehearsal phase. The danger is we'll expect this all the way to the pole.
If we stopped today, if we didn't see anything else, that sea of ice and the beautiful aquamarine ice sculptures, it was worth seeing just for that. It was worth coming here just for that. It was really wonderful.
There's a lot of faffing going on today, but we kind of know how and why we've faffed, so we're not particularly worried about it. We're not moving as fast inside the tent as we could do, but like I say, it's just part of the learning curve really, and having done what we've done, we've identified the right order we should be doing things in, which is going to speed things up tomorrow night, or tonight, and subsequent nights, so yeah, we're pretty comfortable about it really.
So we're having our first day out, proper day out, and there's no polar bears, unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
I'd love to see one, as long as I'm not attacked by one, I'd love to see one.
That's what televisions are for. You're the only team that's so keen to meet one.
David Attenborough can't have all the fun. We want to see one too.
Team Refuge should be careful what they wish for, as later on in the race they meet a bear.
The first one of these of many. This is actually now becoming slightly appetising, and I think it's become ever more appetising as we go on. That was brilliant, and the terrain is quite tough at times, keeps jarring your back, and then you go down a little slope, and it's really, really good that we've done a bit of work on our core stability.
That was awesome. It's done about 3 nautical miles. It's such a fantastic day. You're just sucking it in, just making your way down. Bit of rubble here and there, but it's just absolutely beautiful. Really comfortable. Yeah, the scare stories out there of being too cold to be able to walk. It's beautiful. All the right kit, feeling fantastic, and just kept on going in the right direction. It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Brass Monkeys, you're first to your campsite on day 2.
I believe so, yes. Another glorious victory for Team Brass Monkeys. I'd like to say it was all me, but I can't, because this is a full-on team effort and the boys are absolutely wonderful. Darren's proud. So I got us out there, all the way out into the middle of nowhere. Flattest ice I've ever seen. It's like a skating rink. It was lovely. This year, the music man has been dancing all the way back. Beautiful to see. Thank you very much.
Chris?
Hiya.
You've been dancing, I hear.
Dancing? Oh, I dance all over. The trouble is I fall over as well.
But you're going to dance to the pole?
Oh, we're going to dance all the way to the pole.
Well, the weather's looking really good at the moment, but you guys should know the weather forecast is quite severe for tonight.
Oh, wonderful. How
70 kilometre gusts and blizzard conditions.
Wonderful. Let's get the burners on then, boys.
Dig your tent in well.
That sounds fine. We'll look forward to the morning. I think we'll get back into
the blizzard is set
sharp.
to continue into Sunday, so you may be navigating back with your GPSs tomorrow. All right.
We're a little bit nervous because at the moment our camp routine's a little bit lax, and that we have, as you can see here, our bungees, which are pretty essential, just hanging off skis, harness.
Open.
I mean, if we had 15-mile-per-hour winds now, we would not have anything other than ourselves.
Yeah, but
that was a long day climbing over some of that rubble.